Hello everybody, welcome back to the WoW improvement discussion thing. So, last time I bored you with a bit of starting leveling stuff with my warrior alt that I'm going to level sooner or later, because that is my first warrior. I'm going to level past level 40, and the last warrior I played was in Burning Crusade. Other than that, I only played rogues and a few paladins. Well, the paladins, I have only one max level paladin. No, I had two in total. But I have now 100 paladin, and this is my rogue alt, which I dinged 100 yesterday, which was apparently the... I don't know, there's no date and time on my WoW. Let's see on my mobile phone. 22nd of May, so yeah. And this episode of my WoW improvements is about the character in the World of Warcraft. So, the characters in the World of Warcraft are kind of important because, well, of course for you they're important because you're 24 hours playing them, like when you play 24 hours, but you're playing them all the time. So, of course, they are somewhat important. But I have the feeling that they are quite disposable right now, if I'm totally honest. The thing is that I play this as a second 100 rogue now. This is because, to make a point, that is why I chose this footage. This is my second 100 rogue now, because I'm starting one on another server, and the old one, yes, it is, I think, he is around item level 700, so HFC normal, I think, would that be like the end of HFC normal, start of heroic. That would be like the gear level that my other rogue currently is in. And oh shit, I'm not gonna die here. Right, the rogue thing, I want to make the point that, well, your characters aren't important anymore. They don't feel special enough. And the reason is because, well, of course you level fast as shit, which apparently Blizzard tries to address in the future, but the importance of a single character that you leveled up has degraded so significantly, especially for people who are playing like around 10 years now, like me, or who even started in Wrath of the Lich King, where the faster leveling process really started kicking in. And I have the feeling that that made many characters like unimportant on an not emotional basis, but on an personal, well, importance basis. I remember back in the day when you had 2 level 80s, that was considered sometimes much, because you had so much to do with one character that a second one was sometimes not even imaginable for some people, especially if they had to manage stuff like school or university back in the day. I can remember I had 2 level 80 characters, and in Burning Crusade I only had a max level rogue as well in Classic, but I started at the end of Classic, so yeah, that has to be taken with a grain of salt. But I know that the level process took months, and that is the first thing that I would say is something that has to be changed again. Make leveling a more expanded experience again. Make leveling like something that you have to, like a journey, you know? Make it like something that is a big part of the game. Don't make it like, oh fuck, don't make it like something that is like a little hurdle that you have to undertake. Of course, your focus on the game should be the end content. That is the main thing of an MMO. That is where it has to be expanded upon. But I think leveling at the moment is such a breeze that I don't really feel like it's worth doing properly. Because one major thing is, And I've seen that with this rogue. If you have heirlooms, you are so quick through the areas. I literally do 5 quests in everything below Burning Crusade, I would say, and I have the feeling that I have to switch again because the next area grants more experience. That increases my leveling, my leveling speed, and I want to reach max level because the leveling process is tedious and boring at points. And I think what has to be done is make leveling longer again. Maybe even nerf the experience you get from quests so that you would have like a fast leveling experience as soon as you equip looms, but have a slower, longer experience you can share with other people while leveling in groups when you are solo. And this includes, in my opinion, a nerf on, well, on dungeon experience, because I think Draenor somewhat did it right, if you can say so, with nerfing dungeon experience. So the majority of people won't just sit in dungeons and won't be in the world that, of course, many people have created with many tears and many sweat. So in the end, it devalues somewhat the work of Blizzard if everybody just keeps in the dungeons and just queues and queues and queues. Of course, you shouldn't be too much penalized for that, but I think it should be more balanced. So people want to who want to run dungeons 24/7 with their friends can do that, but they should be as balanced experience-wise as, well, saying, yeah, I want to do a quest and I want to do that solo. You know what I mean, you know what I'm getting at. Another thing that is really, really important is questing itself, because the main problem I have with questing in World of Warcraft at the moment is you are too special. And that seems to be quite contradictory with what I said just before, that, your character itself should feel special, more special to you. But I mean, I mean that in a different sense, where I say your character should feel less special in the actual world. Because my character, due to questing, is somewhat as important as Durotan I'm standing right before in the Warlords of Draenor storyline, because I'm the commander of my garrison. Ooh, and I'm very, very special. You know, that doesn't make sense. I really have a problem with making your character someone that badass that can do everything. I mean, it started everything with Wrath of the Lich King, where you were pushed in that role of kind of an antagonist to Arthas, but Arthas was kidding with you. He was sparing you quite much. And this was apparent to many people, that Arthas was kind of afraid of you, but he was in the end only testing you so he could recruit you in his army as commander. Like, he just wanted to have strong warriors, which kind of made everything okay again for me, story-wise. So they rescued themselves out of that. But starting with Cataclysm, we had that you were like the antagonizing force to Deathwing, and you know how mighty Deathwing is. And of course, many raids make it seem like you are the protagonist of the story, along with characters like Thrall, who would kick your ass instantly story-wise. And the 24 other players are unimportant, and that goes for everybody in your raid. Because if I play, for example, with my... if I would play with my friend Nikki from my from our Alder Plays channel, which we actually have to do a few uploads with, she would experience the story as I do, as a special character, and story-wise we would be unimportant to each other. Not in a raiding sense, as a group. I mean, if you work in a team, like, yeah, of course you have some kind of bond as a raid group entirely, like me and the other 24 or 10 or how many people, but story-wise they are unimportant to me. And the thing about that is that I think you should be reduced in your position as a game character. At the moment we are the commander of the assault on Draenor. We will be the leader of our entire class hall thingy, where we will lead everybody with a super awesome legendary artifact weapon, which makes the entire thing like, yeah, I'm on the level of, really, as a paladin with Ashbringer, you will be as important as Tyrion was in Wrath of the Lich King at the end. And that is a huge step into the into a, well, direction which is like single player story. Like, I feel a bit like a Commander Shepard at the moment, and that empowering stuff is way too much in my opinion. I think that should be toned down. I want to play a character that is like a normal rogue. Now, well, because I only play rogues. That is the thing. I want to be a normal pity rogue. I want to be like a recruit for the army. I want to fight for the Horde or the Alliance, depending on what I'm playing at the moment. I love both factions as much because, well, they are just different models, and you know the drill. The thing is that Horde and Alliance characters should feel like, yeah, you're part of that big army, and you can be, for example, like a commander or have a higher position because you're a special character. But you shouldn't be like commanding people like Garona or something like that, who are way more important than you. It's weird. It's like if I would have like Arthas as a companion in my garrison. I mean, we're going up and up in the ranks, and I think that is not the position we should be in. We are people. I mean, look at the early quests. If you read the quest texts, all right, I upgraded my mine. You see that in my first World of Warcraft episode video where I leveled my shaman. People, the other orcs say you're ugly and stupid. So yeah, that tells you something. And suddenly you ding max level and I am king of the world. And that shouldn't be. I think you should be lore-wise tuned down a bit, tuned down a notch. I think that would make you way more special. And with that, you could include something that I'm favoring way longer than I don't know, expansions like Pandaria or something like that. I think I'm voting for that, like, or I'm fighting for that for like 5 years or so. I would love to see every class have a quest line like the DK, the Death Knight starting area. I would love to see everybody, well, being as thought out as you could be in that sense. Like, if I play, again, I bring the rogue example, maybe I do a few videos like detailing what I had in mind for different classes. Yeah, that would be cool. As a rogue, just as a little teaser. As a rogue, I would imagine like starting off with just 3 abilities like stealth, pickpocketing, and sinister strike, maybe. And then you would have stuff like, I don't know, maybe quests like, first of all, with your running around with your friends, stealing from citizens of Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and then you get found by the Corcoran or the or the SI7, and well, you have only two options. Take the mantle and work for the Alliance, or or getting your hand chopped off. And of course your character becomes like a weapon for the Horde or the Alliance, and then you would have like your little quest line where you would learn your basics. For example, as a rogue, again, you would learn stuff like, well, zapping and backstabbing and sprinting properly and, well, vanishing. All of those things that are important for a rogue to have. You get like your basic training, and that you can do that with other classes. But yeah, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I am going to do videos on that topic, multiple videos for every class, how I would imagine the level curve, and I would call that like story mode. And of course you could go like in Diablo, story mode would be that, of course with normal quests put in the mix, but primarily your class story. And then there would be adventure mode, which would be the standard thing. You could select which one you want to do as soon as you create your character. But yeah, that would be just that. And I would say that's it for this episode. So see you on the next one, where we will talk about, well, the world itself, world building, and probably how to make old areas useful again. So see you on the next one. Goodbye, ciao, auf Wiedersehen, peace.